What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 51 of the Dunk Talk podcast. I'm your host, Dylan Haugen, and today it's just me and Hunter, guys. We're just going to talk about, something that happened with me recently, and then we'll catch up on Hunter's journey as well. And then we got some other plans to talk about some future stuff as well. So, Hunter, introduce yourself, then we'll get into it.
Yeah, guys, I'm Hunter Castona, 6'1" dunker from Wisconsin. Like you said, we're just gonna do some updates on different things, different topics. See where we've been with training, dunking, life stuff. So yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. Obviously, Dylan will go first, and then we'll get into my journey.
Yeah, guys. So, if you guys didn't see, recently just hit my first Underboth. Had a really crazy session in Winona. So, obviously, that's huge. Been going for that for I think the first time I tried it actually was with you in like March. Whenever the
Probably
session
something like
was.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, whenever the session was in 2024. And I didn't get like super close that day. I lot, but I like lost the ball. I would say like grabbed the rim, but lost the ball, so I wasn't really close. But since that day, I was kind of like, wow, I just got my hand above the rim on under both and just kind of started going for it. When I felt good, basically, I got pretty close. I'm trying to remember like the first time I actually got close. I think the first time I actually got close was actually in Utah dunk camp on that 911 super floppy rim, or at least it was 911 on the first day. And I got like the ball above the rim, but kind of like going upwards. So then it just kind of just like went against the backboard. But that was kind of the first time I got close. And then I tried it a few times between then and Wisconsin dunk camp. Didn't necessarily get super close. At Wisconsin dunk camp, I had a few decent attempts during that like pro session or whatever, but nothing crazy. And then I think it was September, maybe September, that I like back rimmed it like two or three times. Or it might have even been early October, but that was like the first time where I was like super, super close. And my birthday was obviously in October, October 23rd. So I really wanted to get it before then. So I started grinding for it, doing it a lot. And doing it so much led to me messing up my abdomen or something, kind of in like the stomach area, just from so much like, going down into that under both position and coming out of it. And obviously, I went to Hunter's house in Wisconsin, so drove a long ways, hoping to hit it. It was like one of my last chances before my birthday. I was pretty confident going into it. I knew that, my abdomen was hurting a little bit because I'd had a lower room session right before that, and it hurt a little bit, but drove all the way there, was feeling okay. And I get there, we, start warming up for the session. Felt pretty good, like legs wise, but then I did an East Bay and I felt it in my abdomen pretty hard. Hidden East Bay wasn't very good. And then later in the session, started doing it both, and I was like, this doesn't feel good. I'll try to get more warmed up. And late in the session, right after I hit my first double up scorpion, I started going for it again. It was okay, but like I guess I back rimmed like one of them maybe, but it was kind of like backboard back rim a few times. So I was like kind of close, but it was hurting so bad. So it was like I should not have been even trying that, but just kept trying it, and that kind of messed me up for a while. So I got to try it maybe one or two more times before my birthday, but didn't get it obviously. And yeah, so I went a while without trying it after that. I got pretty close in Winona. Or yeah, I got really close to Winona like a month ago, and I knew that I could get it if I was like deloaded and everything. So then just, the past 5 weeks, I went 5 weeks without a deload. Just was like really just hammering away in the weight room. And then I had 1 week or like last week, I took out like my cleans and stuff and obviously jumped on Friday in Winona, hit under both, hit backboard East Bay, elbow, all that stuff. It was a really crazy session. We'll probably react to it or something here soon. Um, so yeah, that was basically it. Next day had a dunk contest, won that, hit a double up over two, a windmill. I was trying to go for an East Bay and I messed up and accidentally made a windmill. And then I did a double up East Bay and won that. And then the next day, Sunday, I had two basketball games. Didn't get any dunks, but as you can tell, I'm dead after all that. Lower him a little bit today, but it's negative like 10 with the wind chill, and I was only out there for like 20 minutes. I would have been out there for a little bit longer, but there was ice like right under the hoop, which was so frustrating. There's like no ice on my driveway at all. And there's like two little spots of ice, so I couldn't do like anything basically. But yeah, I mean, that's been the last few months, well, mostly like focused on my Underboth. And yeah, now it's just time to get black bands. So today I was working on 360 reverse behind the back 'cause I think that's probably gonna be my best bet for a 360 behind the back with the left hand, obviously. So working on that, seeing how that's gonna go. And then I want to do either 360s play like the regular way, either off dribble or off lob pretty soon here. So black band is now the focus, along with, some other random dunks along the way. But yeah, that's basically it. So Hunter, you can hear about your, recent stuff, and then we'll get into future things.
Yeah, so for me, dunking's been kind of weird, but for me, but um because I just with training wise, it's been very, very intense, high volume and high intensity, kind of like switching off between the two. Kind of backed off a little bit now, but that went on for from like August to I want to say December, maybe January. I can't remember exactly when, but then started to taper off of that. I started to feel good again. So had a couple good sessions. Had two, I would say two decent ones, and then had a really, really good one, and then it kind of went backwards again. But again, they're on lower rims, so I mean, take it how you will, if it's feeling good or not. But I dunked on nine and a quarter, I think, a couple times, just because I was getting back into dunking on higher rims and just being able to be a little bit more healthy for sessions, not as fatigued. So I just wanted to start slow and then build my way back up. And that obviously worked a little bit, but again, training's weird and you just never know, even if you're in a deload or if you're in a high intensity cycle, like you just never know when you're going to jump your best. It kind of just depends on other things. But um, so with that, I've also not been really, I wouldn't say not focusing on dunking as well, it's not as much, but I'm still focusing on dunking, but have something that's been taking a little bit more priority over, which is photography and videography. Been doing that for um I want to say started taking it more serious at the end of summer. And then with basketball season kind of took off, started taking off in December and then January and then now February. I've been getting booked almost daily to do photography or videography for basketball or any other things, but mostly basketball. So that's been taking a lot of up of my time. So sometimes I can't get in the gym because I work at like 6:30 in the morning. I'm waking up at like 5:30, so I don't really want to wake up and lift at like 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning. And then I have usually bookings right after that. Usually, I mean, sometimes I'll get double bookings. So I'll have like a game at like 4 and then maybe some at like 5:30 and then 7. And then I don't get done until like 9 or something like that. And my gym usually closes at 9 and I don't have a key to get in. So I can't go lift. And a lot of the stuff that I have like stuff at home, but a lot of it I can't use. Like I can't do power cleans at all because we have metal, um, what do you call it? We have metal plates. I don't have any bounce plates. So can't do any of that. And then, squatting. I have a Smith machine and it's just weird. I mean, I can still do it for sure, but it's just a little bit weirder. So I don't prefer that. But again, I still try to do something. And then, yeah, I just don't have all the equipment because there's other things like for the cycle I'm in, I'm doing GHDs and like stuff like that. So it's kind of, I don't have anything for that. But yeah, I mean, that's it's just kind of hard sometimes. But again, it's been taking over. I've been making money off of that, and obviously, I'm not making money off of dunking, so I'm gonna take priority over that. Even though I love dunking, but I'm gonna go make my money first before I go do something that's a hobby, basically, for right now. But again, getting back into dunking, I'm feeling decent with dunking. I mean, jumping wise, I've been feeling a lot better. It's just dunking technique has been feeling a little foreign for me. Especially East Bays. East Bays have been a struggle lately. I usually hit East Bays almost every single session, if not every session, and like they're a warm up dunk, and now it's like it's one of my best dunks in my sessions now. And it feels like it takes, I mean, multiple attempts just to get one down. And I used to be catching with one hand, so I would catch on the top like this one hand, but all of a sudden, for some reason, I don't catch with one hand anymore. I catch with two. Even though I tell myself I'm gonna catch with one, I still go up with two and I catch it, and a lot of time I just lose it, but it's just been weird, so it just feels off. But again, jumping has been feeling decent. My last session didn't go as well as I wanted it to. Again, it was a higher rim. I think it was a 9, 11 and a quarter. So it was obviously higher rim than what I was dunking on. So obviously I got to take that into consideration. But again, back rimmed a ton of dunks. So that was obviously frustrating because the misses look good, but it's like a frustrating miss because you know you're not as close as like a front rim or a top rim or anything like that. So they're a little bit frustrating because those are like the dunks I would have punched, but then the dunks that I did make, I barely made them. So it's just kind of frustrating when you have a back rim that goes all the way past half court or hits the ceiling, but then your makes are barely going in or rim grazing. So it's a little frustrating on that, but again, um, my, also with that, my sessions are actually getting a little bit longer now too. When I was in my heavy, high intensity, high volume cycles, I was doing like 45-minute sessions, maybe an hour if I was lucky. Now I'm at like back like an hour and a half. And I'm like still cutting off like earlier than I would have usually done like a year ago. I would have still been jumping, but I kind of cut off a little bit earlier now. Just because my body hurts a little bit more. But yeah, so I would say overall, I'm getting back into things, but again, I'm still trying to get as strong as possible, and I just want to get consistent again because that's the biggest issue for me right now is getting consistent and then just getting stronger. I mean, that's obviously something I've been trying to do as much as possible, but I haven't seen much gains with the main lifts, which is power clean and back squat are like the two main ones that I've been doing that I kind of fluctuate in. Like I've hit 275, I think I want to say four times now, and I haven't gone past that. And then my max for power clean is 205, and that was back in I was almost a year ago now that I hit 205, and now the highest I've gotten is 195, which is like a month or two ago, something like that. I got close to 205, but didn't catch it. Um, so like those aren't going up, but then my calf raise has gone up like an insane amount. Like I'm almost doing double on some of the working sets that I used to do like a couple months ago. So obviously gaining muscle there and putting up more weight, but just my main lifts I just haven't been seeing a difference in, which obviously is frustrating. But again, trusting the process still, and I mean plateaus happen, which obviously kind of been in one for quite a while now. But again, still trying to get out of it and stuff like that. But again, I'm still training, still dunking. It's just I think it's kind of gone down a tier a little bit, which again, it is what it is, but I still want to obviously pursue dunking, pursue professional dunking, stuff like that. But priority is kind of taken over a little bit more on other things. But again, not saying that I'm quitting or anything like that, but um, like last week, I wasn't able to, not this past weekend, but the weekend before that, I wasn't even able to dunk because I had four bookings that day. Um, and I just had nowhere to dunk. I had one in the morning, then basically had like an hour break, and I can't go dunk for an hour when my warm up takes like 20 to 30 minutes. Um, so and then I didn't get done until like 9:30, 10. So again, all gyms were closed that I go to and stuff like that. So wasn't even able to dunk at that time. But again, this week having a session, still wondering if I can go somewhere. So I might be doing something pretty cool on Saturday for my dunk session, but again, don't know yet. We'll see what happens. I think I'll find out maybe tomorrow, but again, it's going to be somewhere new. It's not going to be at one of the ones I've been at before, so I'll be traveling like an hour and a half away to go dunk if it happens. If not, I'll just probably go to my regular one. But yeah, for future, I mean, again, I just want to be as healthy as possible, get as strong as possible, and then obviously just be consistent again and hit my best dunks consistently or just more often than usual. That being East Bay off the backboard under both. What are some other ones? Obviously East Bay I want to hit every single session. Stuff like that. But yeah, I mean that's kind of the goals right now. And then upcoming, me and Dylan have a trip coming up. So I don't know, Dylan, if you want to explain that or do you want me to explain that?
Yeah, I mean, you got it. I know. I think we've talked about it a little bit, but yeah, you can
Yeah.
explain it.
So me or Dylan actually was the one that came up with the idea, but he's going on spring break in Orlando, Florida. So he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go try donkey with like Isaiah and all of them um down in Florida on I think it's we're gonna do f Saturday, I believe, right? Is it Saturday or are we doing Friday? I don't remember.
I think it's Friday. Yeah, it's
Friday. So
Friday.
we'll dunk on Friday. And so he obviously reached out and they said yeah. And then me and Dom obviously went there last year to go lift and to go dunk. And then so we're like, we want to do it again this year. And we're like, well, obviously Dylan's already going, so why would we not go that time? So we obviously planned that, and that's kind of what we're doing. So it'll be me, Dylan, Dom, obviously Isaiah, John, all of them, and then also Josh Rubel is going. Josh that dunks is also going. So me, Dom, and Josh will be staying in Tampa. I think it's at his uncle's house or something like that. So we'll be staying over there, and we'll lift there and everything like that. But then on Friday we'll travel to Orlando and then dunk with all the guys. And then so yeah, we'll have that big session. Again, I don't know exactly where we're going to be doing it yet or who's all going to be there. I just know those are the couple guys that are going to be there for sure. So there might be more, and we might be doing an LA Fitness, or we they said they might want to go try going back to the UCF gym, the practice
Practice
facility.
facility?
Yeah,
Oh, that'd be sick.
or even the actual arena court because they had something going on last year. Otherwise, we would have been able to. But yeah, so either practice. Again, I don't know exactly. We haven't really talked too much about
You
it, but
know if
that's
John's
kind of like
gonna
the
be there?
idea. Probably. I'm guessing John would be there.
Hmm.
He was there last time.
Okay, I
So
don't know. 'Cause I was talking to Isaiah and I think he said John might not be there or something on the dunk day. I don't know if he's gonna be there the rest of the week. I mean, I'd
yeah,
assume
well,
he will if he
I
is
guess
as well.
we'll see. But also, Dylan, if you want to explain kind of why this all happened, like why you're going and everything like that. But that's kind of
Yeah.
like the
Yeah, I mean
idea of what we're having.
it's just family vacation. I figured, I know Isaiah's in Orlando, might as well get a session while I'm there. I'm probably gonna be dead because I'm gonna be like at Disney and stuff, so I'm gonna be walking around like 4 days in a row before that. But we'll see.
Yeah,
Adrenaline can always do some crazy things. So, what's it called? I didn't know Josh. Well, I knew that there was a chance that Josh was coming, but I hadn't heard anything, so that's good.
yeah. So
Um,
Donovan was supposed to go, but he can't now.
yeah,
So that's
I think
unfortunate.
I think
So
Austin is gonna be there actually.
probably is my guess.
Berkey.
Yeah,
Where did you see his session the other day?
I want to say I did, but I don't know. I'm trying to think
Yeah,
of.
I can't remember where it was, but
Yeah,
dude, he looks good right now. Like his 2 foot looks good. He had an East Bay off one. He almost got an inverter on like 911 or something like that. Just
sheesh.
crazy. So
Yeah,
yeah, that'll be fun.
yeah.
Hopefully everyone does well.
If not, it'll still be fun though. So, I
Yeah,
mean, obviously you'll be with family most of the time, but I mean, just to have a session with all these guys is obviously fun
yeah,
because we only get
it's
to see
pretty,
each other basically once a year. So,
yeah, it's pretty funny.
but
Just
yeah,
randomly show up to an LA Fitness, like Isaiah and all them be there.
that
But
would be
yeah,
crazy. Yeah, I mean, maybe we might go to Goldenrod. I don't know because that was the we were either gonna go to Goldenrod or we're gonna go to UCF. Obviously, we went to UCF last year, so I guess we'll see again what
yeah,
happens this year. But it's most likely gonna be between those two, is my guess. But again, I don't know because I think we might have an issue with you. I mean, if it's in the practice facility, I think we're
yeah.
fine.
I
But
don't
if we're
think it
going
would
to the
matter there.
actual like rec center, we might have an issue because this guy's underage.
Yeah, exactly. So
So
yeah, I would be totally down with going to the what's it called, like the practice facility or the court. Obviously,
yeah,
though, that'd be
it's
sick.
dope. So it's an
Yeah,
official 10-foot rim. The other side I think is like 10 and a quarter or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but one side's like, officially 10
yeah,
feet on the dot. So,
yeah. That would be really cool.
but
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I have any other trips planned. I do want to go to North Carolina this year. Talk to
that'd be fun.
Ben and
I would
Travis
definitely try to
quite
do
a
that
bit.
too. That'd be really fun.
Yeah, dude.
Probably Kilgannon would go too. I mean, he's
Oh, bro,
basically
he's
living there right
yeah,
now.
basically living there. Um,
It's a second
obviously we
home.
got obviously we got Utah in
Yeah,
June.
I'm gonna
Did you get
try
to?
going back to Missouri again. Obviously by you, that'll have to
Yeah.
happen. I don't know when that'll be, but those two obviously want to go back to
Did you see
LA.
the?
I want to go to,
Yeah.
but
Did you see the contest in
yeah,
You
partially,
watched
not like
the dunk
the full
contest?
thing.
Yeah,
I saw that you edited all of it, but I didn't watch the full thing. I watched like
yeah,
I think like a couple seconds of it or something like that, but didn't finish it. So I'll have
yeah.
to finish
That
that. But
rim looks stiff, bro. Can't lie.
yeah,
We'll have to see. But that was crazy. We should get Isaiah on here. The other Isaiah.
yeah,
Kid that just tested 50. He's crazy.
yeah,
Um, I
it's
DM'd him,
insane.
but he left me undelivered. So not even about this. I just like was just being nice about whatever. And we gotta get Andy on here too to do like another reaction slash podcast because we literally just had him on and then he won like 2 days later. Just crazy.
Yeah,
But yeah, so I know Hunter talked about his lifting. My lifting has been fine, I guess. I don't really know. I mean, I don't really like one rep max very often, so I don't really know like how I'm doing relative to my one rep maxes. Especially because my depth like fluctuates a lot. Like, sometimes I'll be doing half squats, sometimes I'll be doing slightly lower, and sometimes I'll be doing like quarters or like thirds, I guess. I don't even know.
yeah.
But yeah,
He's working on it. So
I have actually been like working on more depth recently because for a while there I was like, well, in the summer I was like, yeah, I want to work on it, so I was trying it. Then I was like, yeah, I literally don't care. Like I'll just do half squats all the time.
yeah,
And that works pretty well actually for me. But recently I've started to try to do like better depth on front squats, and that actually looks like good. Like my front squats have felt a little good. Still have like a little bit of hinging at like my back area basically. So I got to work on that a little bit, but it's looking better. So, I was doing like I think 25 on what's it called? Front squats, but that was like before I started going like actually deep. So now I've literally been doing like 155 just because it is very uncomfortable for me, but we're gonna figure it out. And like half squats, I think I recently went up to like 300 for five, but again, it's like half. I don't even know if like there's no like solid definition on half squat, so around half, we'll just say. But yeah,
yeah.
still gotta
Probably
work
half.
on that.
Probably, if anything, probably in between half and quarter, if not
Yeah,
half, is my guess. So
yeah, it really depends like on the day for me. Like
yeah,
it's so different every time. Um, Power clean, I actually haven't gotten to power clean in a while. I was doing like clean pulls and hang cleans recently, so I think I'll be power cleaning again soon. So I'm
it's
excited
good
to see
though.
where that's
Get
at.
some variation.
Yeah. So I did 205 for two on hang clean. That was like my most recent like, PR basically. So my power clean PR is also 205. So I think I definitely got at least 215 based on that hang clean. So we'll see. But yeah, been feeling decent. Um, I actually haven't had a jumping day where I felt like good in a while. Like even like the day I hit Underboth, like my jumps didn't necessarily feel like, like insanely good. Like I wasn't really jumping like that. I was probably jumping like 40 and a half, maybe 41. But I wanna PR my vertical soon because I did test 40 2 weeks ago and I was pretty fatigued. So
Yeah.
hopefully can see where I'm at
Yeah,
soon since I got the vert
that's
trainer
one
now.
thing I need to do. So again, if I dunk at the place I normally dunk at, I'm gonna try to test my vertical. I always say that I'm going to, and I just end up dunking, or I just have a really bad session, so I'm like it's not even worth
Yeah.
testing. But also I haven't felt good jumping since I think it was I want to say it was August when we had the dunk show, the pre-dunk show. I think that's the last time I actually like felt really really good um, jumping. Obviously, dunking was good too, but just jumping wise, I mean, I was jumping probably one of my highest days that I've ever jumped that day. But also the feeling of it was just really good. So kind of looked and like compared the two, like how I'm jumping now compared to then, and or just jump sessions when I had really, really good jump sessions. And right now, I look extremely slow compared to the other ones. Like my approach looks like I'm almost walking or jogging compared to the ones where I look like I'm running. So obviously that's something that's going to play a factor. Um, is I'm just not my approach is just not fast, and usually it is faster. So I don't know how that really got affected in that way. I don't know if it was from me being just so fatigued, so I just got so used to being slower, or how that worked. But again, I looked at them and just like I kind of want to get faster, but again, I don't really know how to I guess train that or just do that. So I guess we'll see what happens with this session this
Yeah.
weekend. But again, that's just something that I looked at as I just look a lot slower than I usually do. So
Yeah, I
and
do feel
also
like I've
just
noticed
my
that.
block foot is just coming way too slow. Like usually on my best jumping days, like it's just like a really hard stop and it just pops up. Now it's kind of like a step and then pops. So just everything it looks almost in slow motion right now. Like even my like windmills and stuff like that look slow motion. I mean, when I get further in the session, obviously they get a little faster, but like my warm up windmills that were like when I just got in the gym like first couple of jumps. That's what my full approach windmills look like now, like speed wise. So again, I don't know if that's from the fatigue or if it's just me not dunking as much or whatever it is, but that's something that I definitely need to fix and want to fix is just be faster with everything and just I think that'll fix a lot of different things. But again, there's a lot of other things that could be involved as well, not just the speed or whatever. But from what I've seen, I think that's something that is affecting how I jump. But again, we'll see. But yeah, I definitely want to test more. I'll have to see. It's just whenever I don't feel good, I'm just like I don't want to test because I know it's not going to be good. So I just want to have a good jumping day. But then when I get to a good jumping day, I'm like, oh, I just want to hit my best dunks possible. Like I just want to try new things or hit under both, hit East Bay off the backboard, and I just completely forget about ever testing. So I think I just need to like engrave it in my mind, just be like, you need to test because I haven't tested since 2023 camp. So,
Yeah.
like, obviously, I feel like I'm jumping higher than I was then. But again, that was a 37.5 inch vertical, which I think I'm touching. I think I'm at 40. But again, I don't think I jump that high. Like, I don't think I'm at like 42 at all. I don't think I am. I think I'm at probably 40 is my guess. Again, might be a little bit lower, but I don't think I'm over 41, I would say. Like, I just look at like people compared to me and like similar height and similar like reach and everything like that, and they're at like 42-ish, and they are jumping way higher than me. And I mean I still haven't even hit an elbow on 9.9 or 9.9 1/4, whatever it is. I still haven't hit an elbow yet, which this guy just hit an elbow on 9.11. And I haven't even done it on just without a ball. He did it with a ball. I can't even do it without a ball on 9.9. Um, so again, I can't really like people always ask me like what's my vert and everything. I can't say because I just don't really know. If I had I feel confident saying like 40, but at the same time I'm like I don't know because again, it's
Yeah.
just so hard to tell with me not testing at all since 2023 camp, and then just again, just how I've been jumping is kind of hard to tell just because I've been fluctuating so much. So again, we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can test this weekend, but again, we'll see.
Yeah. Testing definitely helps out. I feel like with the Verge Trainer, I don't want to test like every weekend, but I do plan to test more often for sure. Um, if I'm not gonna PR, I'm not gonna like sit there and just like slap at a bell for an hour. Just like, oh, I'll get it next time. Like I'm gonna go and I'm gonna see like what I'm at and then I'm gonna keep dunking. Like I'm not gonna care too much. But
Yeah.
yeah, just my lens on it. But yeah, guys, I mean, basically that was it. Just hit under both recently. Hunter's been getting back into it. And then obviously we're both meeting up in Florida with some other really good dunkers really, really soon. So just kind of an update
Little under a
podcast.
month.
Obviously, yeah, it's like 14th, I think,
Yeah.
is the dunk day. So yeah, just kind of a little update podcast, let you guys what's going on with both of us. We got a lot more coming soon, a lot more guests planned. So make sure to stay tuned. If you haven't, go check out the last episode. We broke down the NBA dunk contest with Donovan. Super fun, new format, kind of like reacting to it while also like, giving our thoughts on it at the same time. So definitely make sure to go check that out. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you're new, subscribe on YouTube, leave a good review on Apple or Spotify, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.